This is the continuation of the first video. I think the questions were many and it was getting too long. It'd be difficult to watch. This third question really saddens me anytime I remember. I asked God, why do people recognize nature instead of God? Look, Genesis chapter 1 says, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. The earth was empty and full of darkness. Look, that means before creature or before nature, God existed. There is this controversy. People keep exchanging nature to God and God to nature. They keep saying some I have some couple of friends. You ask, how you doing? They like, nature is treating me well. What do you mean by nature? Come on, do you know the meaning of nature? Now, nature is a phenomena of the physical world, collectively including plants, animals, and everything, every product of the world. So, is God nature? Then you want to tell me that somebody created God. If you are comparing God, the Alpha and the Omega, the I am that I am, if you're replacing him with nature, look, they want to tell me nature created God or nature is God. When I began to ask God this particular question, I became so much baffled. Look, he said, in the beginning, God created, which means before the earth, before the heavens, God was in existence. There wasn't the sea before God. There wasn't the trees before God. There wasn't the stones before God. So you are worshiping seas, you are worshiping the trees, you are worshiping the stones that God created. That there was something greater than them. If the tree couldn't create itself, then can you compare that tree to God? If the sea didn't create itself, can you compare the sea or anything that is even in the sea to God? Look, beloved, this is a misconception. God is not nature, and nature didn't create God. And before nature, there was a God. So, beloved, don't belittle God. Don't replace nature with God. God is not sea. And I keep saying, God is not stone. And I will continue to say, God is not a tree. Nobody created God. He is the I am that I am. The day I saw God, he is so fearful that nobody can even stand in his presence. Look, that day, even in the spiritual realm, even in the time that I was praying, I saw myself kneeling down. So God is uncomparable. Please don't compare God to anything he created. I pray you understand and you get more insight to what I'm saying. There is more questions that I have asked God, that is misconceptions that people are using to pollute the brains of God's people. And by God's grace and God's abundant blessing, I will try possibly best to load all these videos on my platform. Please, if you don't come across any of the videos, because social media is something else, you can go straight to my timeline on Facebook, on Instagram, or on YouTube. It is the easiest way to get all the